Howdy folks, that's Eva Landry. This is Hard Rock University. And came up to that spot. There's a whole series of divots in the hill from here all the way down. And so presumption is that somewhere in that area ought to be the mineralized zone. Now I dug in there until I got basically keyed together bedrock all the way across. Can't find anything now. It's entirely possible that they trenched that out pretty good and then the sides of the trench caved in and you'd have to dig way down there. But I can't. So we're going to leave that. Even wants to get a sample of that dump there. And we did a similar thing just over there. See the end of another trench coming out, goes up into the hill, and I did the same thing and still couldn't get any sign of a mineralized zone. So we get a sample of that, and the sun's starting to get low in the sky. Not horrible, but we have to hike yonder a ways, so we'd best be started home here. Well, back to camp. Okay, so here we are the next morning, and we're headed up to the timbered shaft. And while this is a nice path, I'm trying to hold this camera horizontal to give you an idea of how steep it is. It still doesn't look nearly as steep in the viewfinder as it does in reality.
Moment here.
Yeah.
The road goes ever on and on.
Because the eye height horizontally is, let's see, right about there. That's 6 foot climb and I don't know, 40 feet. So yeah, 15% grade or something, but at least it's smooth and relatively tree free. Let's see, there's a couple, but they're pretty easy to cross. 15%.
Yeah, 15%, whatever.
Okay, well, while Eva was sitting on the upper rock of respite, that would be the beer bottle rock of respite. You got to name these things. She saw that gouge in the tree there, so we went over here to see what's going on. And the physics seems a little confusing.
There's another piece of it right there. That's fresh.
There's fresh stuff there.
Off the bottom of that, I'd say.
We have this boulder, which obviously was stopped by these trees. But it wasn't going too fast when it did. On the other hand, something obliterated. This to me looks like this tree was right here and just got, bowled down, took most of the momentum of the impact. But the question is, presumably, if that boulder came frolicking downhill with sufficient momentum to take that out of that tree and bowl over this tree, there's a little bit of gouging there.
Where did it come from?
But where did it come from? Right there. Little fresh gouging there.
I'm calling it, it's cryptids.
That fell on this one. But yeah. Where the hell was it? This apparently is a little dozer cut there, probably just exploration. But that looks like it's been there a long time, and it pretty much blocks the uphill path of said boulder of doom. Eva votes for cryptids. I believe it was probably aliens picking up rocks and chucking them around just for the hell of it, just to mess with our head. Yeah, that's just hillside there. Anyhow, continue on. So here we are on a dozer road. Up here the dozer roads are notably choked. So anyhow.
Here I am on a dozer road.
Yeah. And fairly steep hillside. And we go in this way.
Down there is shallower, sort of, maybe.
And you got to pick your routes and do a little work. Oh well. Continue on. Well, here we are eating a little bit of lunch. According to the GPS, interesting thing's just up the hill right there. But I'm not sure what's up, what we're seeing. There's a hole, there's just this big side hill cut. This road continues on here a little bit. So my evil plan is to continue looking a little bit, maybe 30 minutes, maybe, around here. And if we don't see anything, because Eva can look around here for rocks. So far she hadn't found any quartz or anything besides just the big belt sedimentaries, basically. So she can kind of take it easy.
Many outcroppings, none that are not host.
Yeah. So.
Are you kidding? I'm going that way.
Yeah, up the hill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm going down that road a little bit.
I'm going down the road with you. Okay.
Then we gotta look up the hill, look around. Anyhow, see if we can find anything interesting. It's a lot of work just to be a nice view if there weren't the trees in the way. So, anyhow, onward and onward. Anyhow, there's Eva from that last spot we took pictures from. This, I think, is the last divot up the hill along that whole line of divots. And I don't see a great deal here. Oh. It's real clear what they were mining. Of course, all buried in crap, as usual. Your typical big belt wall rock. One thing I see is a little different. This rock right here. What way?
That way, the way we came back here from.
Okay. North.
That way. Back the way we came from a minute ago.
In other words, that way?
That way. There's a fair number of flat areas that way.
He was not good at being unambiguous. See, this is not bilge belts. Or at least it doesn't look like it. I don't see anything of any substance here. Nope. Not seeing anything. No workings. Maybe a little bit right there. Not much. Kind of hard to tell. There's a tree tore out, so that might have been it. Now I'm going to take a sample of that rock. I'll go ahead and take this path gaining elevation. It's a pretty easy path. Whoa. I'm thinking this might be your ore stockpile area. Oh, well, let me get a sample.
There's the bear, Professor Hard Rock, over the fully timbered shaft, which is getting filled up with lots and lots. Now these things that look like shiny maple leaves have thorns on them, just so you know.
I'm old.
You think you're hitting rock?
Yeah. Still looks like that. Horse rock.
Yes, it does.
Clay zones. I literally busted up with my fingers.
The rate you're going, very shortly, another 2 or 3 feet, if you get down by your shoes, you'll be able to dig behind those timbers.
Like the iron.
Anyway, that's what we're doing.
Okay. So here's this slot I've made in the wall next to the timbered shaft, which is right there. We have what looks like some relatively unaltered big belt sedimentaries there. This looks pretty heavily altered and iron stained. And then it gets harder here, less weathered and such. So I'm going to take 3 samples here. Plus Eva got some copper minerals. Little one?
Yes?
Did you take a picture of the copper minerals?
Yeah.
And that is my sample. This is the copper that he found up above. This camera screen does not do the color justice. I don't know whether the actual video will. But it is some flashy stuff. The interesting thing about that is the only other place we have found copper up here, I found 2 pieces of very similar design in 2 other dumps far apart on another hill. So there is that.
And time to get these samples, pack it up, and get back to camp. It's been a long freaking day. Well, as an addendum, we got back to camp in time, but it's a little drippy right now. Happy prospecting and keep it safe out there.